Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a really fun little experiment. So I finished off this page in Enchanted Earth, and I could have called it done as is, but I thought it would be a really fun page to experiment with applying gilding flakes or gold leaf or silver leaf to a colouring page, which is something I've wanted to do for a while. And if you saw my February haul, you would have seen that I brought a little pot of gilding flakes that I was curious about trying on colouring pages. So I decided to try it on this page. But the thing is I don't have a gilding medium or the specific glue that you're meant to use. And normally when you apply these flakes, you have the specific gilding glue or adhesive medium that basically dries tacky, and then you lay the foil on top and then you brush off the excess. I don't have that. I didn't want to go out and purchase it. I'm trying not to buy too many things this month. We'll see. But what I did have was Mod Podge, and from my research, Mod Podge would work. So I decided to trial it. Now, I will say, quick summary, did work. Learned a couple of things along the way. First off, I learned that the Mod Podge, it's better if you need to work in small sections and let it not cure too much before you put the flakes on. So rather than, letting it dry, applying the flakes and then brushing it off immediately, I put the Mod Podge on using a toothpick, applied the flakes, let it dry completely with the flakes adhered, and then brushed off the excess. And I found that worked really well for adhering the actual glue flakes. Another thing that I learnt was that the small little micro dots don't work that well. It's just too small. So using it to do the little dots in the background that are on this page was not the right technique. Later on you will see me do some of the fish's scales, and these worked out the best. So I think having, at least a couple of millimeters of a circle is kind of the minimum. The pinhole dots just did not work. And then the application. I found that at first I started working with tweezers to place, and I would use the tweezers to help push down the foil to make sure it was connecting. But I found when I brushed it off that the tweezers had kind of smushed the glue across, and in some sections, rather than being dots, it's just like a line or a big like blob area, so that didn't work too well. I tried using the tweezers again, but applying less pressure, and sometimes it didn't connect all that well. But when I was working on the fish, I actually tried using the brush, the exact brush that I was using to help brush it off. I used that to actually pick up and place the foil. And with half the fish, I just set it on top, and with the other half, I gently pushed down with this brush just to make sure that the surface of the foil was connecting with the Mod Podge. So really not a lot of pressure, but just a little bit across to help it adhere. And this worked out the best. So for me, I found the most effective way was to use a brush to help place the bigger pieces and gently press down the foil, leave it to dry, and then come back. And this brush in particular was quite a stiff brush, and it was the brush that I was using to remove the excess after it had dried. You can also use your fingers, but I didn't like that for two reasons. One, it's messy, but also our fingers contain oils which can disrupt the page, and because there's like pencil all over this page, I didn't want to risk smudging pencil everywhere, so I preferred to use a brush. And then once I had done that pass with the hard bristled brush to help remove the excess, I came in with a soft makeup brush that I use to dust pages often, to sweep away that excess and just dust the page of all the little bits. Now, just a word of warning, these flakes go everywhere. Don't have a fan on, don't have air conditioning on, don't sneeze, don't breathe. Seriously, it's like the slightest breath will pick them up. So it is something to be aware of. It spreads worse than glitter, but it does look fabulous. Now at the end, Would have using a metallic pen or Stickles been easier? Yes. But does it have a really gorgeous look? Yes. I do plan on doing this again. I think next time, like I said, I will use it in bigger sections. I really am happy with how the fish turned out. That is my favourite bit of the piece. But yeah, I think in the end, it's been a fun little successful experiment, and I think I'll be doing it again. I can see a lot of uses for this in the future to add a really fun, shiny, metallic coat to stuff. And at the end of the day, like, we can use gold metallic pens, we can use, all those shimmery glitters and stuff like that, but this just pops as a metal finish. So anywhere you want that metal finish, I think it's going to be amazing. And I'm really excited to see how I can implement this in the future. And I don't have to buy expensive glues or adhesives for it because I already have the flakes and I have Mod Podge, which worked. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing this little experiment and the process. I will let the rest of the video play as I finish off the piece, and I also pull out some of the Poscas just to finish off a couple of details on the page as well. But yes, I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please post them down below and I will do my best to answer them. Again, not an expert. I really was just trialing this, but I hope it inspires you to maybe try those different techniques in your book. And if you're like me and you hoard random scrapbooking supplies and you just so happen to have some gold leaf or, metallic flakes or gilding flakes around, or whatever the brand is that calls them for you have some around, I hope you experiment with putting them on your page. It's a really fun touch. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.